Do you ever wonder how people create those cool graphics on their social media with all the moving text flying in and out? Well, on today's Master It Monday, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks on how you can do this easily. I'm going to demo a tool called Canva. Canva is a graphic editing tool that is free to use. There is a little bit of a paid version with it as well, but I've got to tell you, Canva is my favorite here at Master It Media. So, Master It Media is a social media agency based in New York, and we are here to elevate brands to build an engaging social media presence so that you have a solid representation of your brand online as well as build an audience of raving fans. Now, you can follow us for tips and tricks on our Instagram, on YouTube with our almost 200 videos right now. And of course, we have a tool called Painless Posting. Um, but today's topic is going to be talking about Canva. This tool is so cool. It is one of my favorites, and we're going to get right into it because I really want you to, whether you use Canva or not, having engaging social media as an engaging social media presence is so vital to any business right now, regardless of how you get your best clients. It could be word of mouth. It could be going to networking groups. It could be your email list. Regardless of what you do, people are still looking at your social media to see and learn about you before they even call you or email you. They are checking you out online, and we want to make sure that you look fabulous on your social media platforms. So let's take a pop into Canva. As I said, Canva has a free version that you can use. It also has a premium version or a pro version that you can use that gives you a little bit more uh, features. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the free version because I want you to see how powerful this free version is in creating these moving texts. So let's get right into it. So, as I mentioned, Master at Media has this tool called Painless Posting that gives you a post a day, right? And in that, we use um, Canva graphics. And you can see here's an example of one graphic that we did that's a quote or an affirmation, and another one that we did that has somebody who's talking here and gives a thumbs up. So I'm going to go into this graphic that we created. And one of the fun things about this is that I can download this just like this, and it is a template, and I'm done, right? I want to add my own text here. So here's some of the fun things. Regardless of whether you're using Painless Posting or you're just going into Canva, clicking Create Design and create an Instagram post. You could do Square, you could do Story, we could do Facebook. You could select a ton of different things here. Um, you will have some of these options depending on what you select. So I need to share with you a few things about Canva first. When you click on something, like in this case here, this is a yellow square. You can see if I move it in and out, it's got some things going on, a yellow image. Um, you select something, you'll see this uh, border around it, and you'll sometimes see circles on the corners, and sometimes you're going to see things like this edge on the sides, right? They're sizing tools, so you can shrink them and increase them. I'm just going to increase our text, decrease the text. That's sizing. It sizes it that way. If I want to expand it over, I can do that. You can also click and move it. Now I'm going to go I'm going to undo. And now I'm going to get back into our topic today, which is creating moving text. This is really very simple, but it's there's some tricks to it. So let's select what we want to change. So I want to select this, what excites you on a daily basis. And I'm going to move up here and I'm going to click animate. Now, sometimes you don't see all of these options. You need to click these three dots and it would show up. So I'm going to click on animate. Now, this is what happens. When I click animate, it's going to open up this um, window that gives you more options. Now, there's text animation, there's page animations. Right now, we're talking about text, which is only going to affect what I'm selecting. So, what you select is what you affect. As I move my mouse over one of the options, you can see it's doing that. It's see that breathe, it makes it bigger, wipe swipes it in, tectonic did that. So there's all of these options. Now, if you see something that has a crown on it, that is a advanced feature, right? That's the paid version. It looks like they have increased the number of options. Now, this is one of my favorite, the typewriter. Like, it's very cool because it kind of lets the reader, oh, wait, I got to read that, right? Like, it almost forces them to read. So here's ascend and shift, right? If you want something bold, here's a burst. This is a very fun one. So you can see like typewriter and burst, right? They do similar things, but they're different. You need to find the one that matches your brand the best. These are kind of playful styles, right? Now, I just clicked spread, and this is one of the warnings I want to give you. When you select something like spread, you've got to be really careful because you do not want that. You saw that text go right off your image. You don't want that. So be very careful when you're picking your options. Um, I'm going over tumble, neon, which kind of blinked, scrapbook, which kind of drove it in. Pop is another one of my favorites. Like, we're just going to go back to that. Just move over. And you can see stomp is like, whoa, right? It's in your face. They also have these like slides, and you can see this is slide in and out, but they're giving you some of the ones up here that are basic on the top. Now, one of the things that I love about Canva is the page animation. When you do page animation, they have this new thing called simple. And let me just go back and make sure I don't have. When you select an animation, right? I'm going to go back into animate here. If I select pan, for example, as an animation, I am going to get options. Do I want it depending on which one I select? So it could be both in on enter and on exit. It could be just on exit. You can see here, see what I mentioned about the crown? This, if you have a free version, it's not going to allow you to do that, but it's not going to allow you to do the direction. But you can still do all the other fun stuff, right? You can still choose pan. Um, One of the things that you can do is say you select that, and now notice it doesn't say animate anymore. It says pan. Now, if I select this, the animate is still here because it's not what I changed. I changed the text. If I click on this and I don't want pan anymore, I don't want any animation, I just click remove animation and now it no longer shows up as animated. If I want to affect the whole graphic, right, I can click animate from the basic from the, just with nothing selected, and I hit animate, it gives me page animations. Or if I had done what I did before, which was select something and then click animate, it gives me a tab for page animations. Now, when I click page animations, it does everything and it selects a combination. And you notice here, see how it did a combination? In 1 second, I have just animated my graphic. That's how simple it is. These are designers that put together these, so you can go in and pick which one floats your boat and go for it depending on your style. Um, and then just download it. So you can see here it gives you a time. So this is I just hit play, so it's going to show me what it looks like when I play it. Um, your other thing is to keep in mind, I can add pages. So here's one thing you can do, right? Like I can copy and duplicate a page. So now I have page one, here's page two, right? I can maybe change the color here. I'm just going to change it to blue. Um, and I can put something in here like, tell us below, right? Inquiring minds. Helps. Oh, I love this. See, it's helping me with my spelling. There we go. Now, as I did this, I can even change out the photo if I wanted to. So, but let's just play it, and you can see here it added. So if I play it now, I've got that first one, and then the second one, right? These are ways you can animate, you can have transitions in between, so that it looks, because I copied this, it copied the animation sleek style that went along with it. So you can do things and create multiple pages. You can do this with stories, you can do this with reels. Now, when I hit share and I want to download, I'm going to download this as an MP4 video. Someone recently asked me about, well, why can't I download it as a GIF? Well, if you download it as a GIF, number one, it won't have sound. So if you put sound on it, it won't have sound. And number two, it does um, reduce the quality of the video. So I suggest using the video, clicking download. It's going to download it together and you'll be done. Now, the other cool thing about this is when I'm doing this, when I'm downloading, I can also select this as a graphic and it won't have the animation. So if I hit download, I can take both of those and do them as a PNG. So it's going to tell me, heads up, video, audio, and animations won't play when you export this file. So it's just going to be what you see here, like that and that one. And so, say you're doing a carousel, this is something you can do like I just download it as a PNG. So animating those graphics can really help you give a little bit of a pop to your social media. Um, I hope you found our tips today on using Canva to help you with you animating your graphic and adding those fun texts to your account. We can go into I can go into such depth, like you can add music behind it and all this fun stuff, but I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Get used to using some of the tools, use them on a frequent basis, then go to the next step, and then go to the next step. And before you know it, you are going to be a social media pro creating this content. So I hope you found today's tips helpful on how to use Canva to create your automated. Okay, let's take that back and start again. Okay. I hope you found today's tips on how to create animated graphics using Canva and getting those flying in text and all that fun text animation going in your social media graphics. You can always pop over to masteritmedia.com. We're here to every Monday at 2 o'clock on our YouTube, LinkedIn, and also Facebook, so that you can learn tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your social media. If you need stuff in between those Mondays, you can always look at our older videos at YouTube. And of course, we always provide tips on our Instagram account. These are ways that I help you take the commotion out of your promotion. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Monday. Remember, if you liked what you learned today, please give us that thumbs up. Share this with somebody who could really use the help. And of course, subscribe to our channel so you're notified every time we go live. All right. Have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern.